Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, as-salatu was-salamu ala khatimin nabiyyin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'd, fa'auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Qala Allahu ta'ala fi Surah Al-Maeda, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu la tuharrimu tayyibati ma ahallallahu lakum wa la ta'tadu. Inna Allah la yuhibbul mu'tadeen. Translation: O you believers, do not make forbidden unlawful the good and pure things of what Allah has made halal lawful for you, and do not transgress. Indeed, Allah does not like transgressors. In the next ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَكُلُوا مِمَّا رَزَقَكُمُ اللَّهُ حَلَالًا طَيِّبًا وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ الَّذِي أَنْتُمْ بِهِ مُؤْمِنُونَ. Translation: And eat from the provision of halal lawful food and good things which Allah has provided you, and be pious, fearing Allah, the one in whom you believe. These are extremely important ayahs in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordered Muslims to remain in moderation. In the beginning of Surah Al-Maeda, we started with the ifayat or keeping one's promise, and after that the halal and haram, meaning permissive and prohibited things, were explained, and then different topics were explained, and in this ruku the same topic of halal and haram is brought back by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And a fine point here that in the previous ruku, the Jews and the Christians' attitude was mentioned, that Jews was in the love of this world, and they loved this world so much that they made haram things halal on them. On the other extreme, the Christians did the ghuluf. It means that they exaggerated in the deen, and they made some of the halal things haram on them and went towards the rahbaniyat or monasticism. But in these two ayahs, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordered about moderation. In these two ayahs, there is comprehensive and complete and natural education on how one should proceed in all the avenues of his life in moderation. And there are two conditions. One is i'tada, meaning not crossing the limits, and number two is taqwa, meaning be pious, fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now there are many examples of crossing the limits, but in general it could be in two ways. Number one, that making anything haram on oneself while it is halal, like the Christians did in monasticism. And the other is that making something which is haram halal on oneself just to get more pleasure of this world. And both of these extremes are prohibited in Islam, and moderation is ordered by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, if somebody is abstinent from any halal thing because of any medical reason or so, this is permissible and not included in this discussion. So in summary, if somebody is not crossing the limits, not crossing the boundaries of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he has taqwa, meaning that he is trying to be pious, fearing Allah, he can go in all the avenues of life with moderation and can enjoy his life according to the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us true understanding of Quran and make us among those who live their lives according to the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they spend their lives in moderation. Ameen. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.